youth workers, good morning. It is Wednesday, November the 7th, I believe it is. Welcome to Student Ministry Today. My name is Jay Hyam, and I am your kind of host, I guess, in this new vlog adventure that I have started, where we simply take a few minutes each day to talk a little bit about student ministry and the things that are happening in our ministries today. And one of the things I focus on is usually what we talk about is something that I am doing that day or the day before, which is why we call it Student Ministry Today. So today I am actually heading to my favorite Chick-fil-A, because for me it is a great place to visit when I have work that needs to get done and I need to be away from the distractions of the office. And that kind of prompted me to think and wonder how many of us as youth workers have the opportunity to escape from the office and go to another location to do work. Now, I've been fortunate as a youth worker in the 3 churches that I've worked in, culminating almost 20 years of full-time church ministry. What I've been blessed with is the opportunity and the freedom to get out of the office and go someplace different when I need kind of a change of pace or a change of scenery. And I thought about that today, and what I want to do is kind of talk about some of the benefits, at least for me, when it comes to having that freedom. I think for me, one of the big benefits that I have when I go somewhere outside of the office to work is, for me, it's a distraction-free place. In the office, very often, we get visitors, and they come and they want to sit and talk, and I love that. I absolutely love when the church family comes and visits and we can sit down and talk. Those are great times. But sometimes those conversations go 30, 40, 60 minutes, and before I realize it, I've lost all that time from my work schedule, while I pick it up as ministry opportunity or ministry time, and it's usually a really good time. It does take away, from that list of things I had to do for that day. Or sometimes you're getting phone calls, and they're not always necessarily like phone calls from parents. They're like, I hate to say it, but like World Vision calls me all the time, and there are a couple other organizations that are they call a lot, and sometimes those conversations are real short. Sorry guys, we're not interested in this year, and you hang up. And sometimes you gotta listen to a spiel before you feel like you can hang up on them, which is a horrible thing to say, but it's a reality, and I think if we're honest, we might all agree with that. But getting out of the office kind of gets me away from those distractions, and I find that I can get more work done. And that leads me to the second benefit for me is, again, oftentimes in the office, along with the distractions, other things come up that will pull me away from my to-do list. So, like for instance, as with most youth workers, we wear multiple hats. We're not just youth ministry. Sometimes we're doing the worship, sometimes we're doing the media, sometimes we're doing website or social media stuff, sometimes we're just juggling children's ministry stuff. Like sometimes we're doing other things, and there's often a time, at least for me, where if there's a problem with a computer or a question about something that's happening in worship, and they need to like change slides or create slides or do videos, I'm the one that does that. And so I may come into the office one day with a plan of what I need to accomplish for my ministry, and I can have that derailed pretty quickly by someone asking me to do something for another aspect of the church. So getting out of the office gets me away from those type of extra responsibilities and allows me that time to just simply focus on what I need to do during that day's work period. And so I find that I get a lot more done because I can stick to a to-do list and I can just work right through those things, and I can accomplish a little bit more not being in the office. The third benefit for me, I think, in getting out of the office is it is a change of scenery. For me, I have kind of a creative brain. I like to see things visually. I'm a learner who is visually stimulated. I process a lot of things in different ways. My wife still hasn't figured out when I'm studying or when I'm working on something, I will have music playing in the background, or maybe I'll have a TV program or a movie on, and for me it's just noise. And she says, I don't understand how you can do anything when there's noise. She needs a quiet space. When she's preparing Bible studies or doing quiet times, she needs a quiet space to do those things. But for me, I grew up in the city. There was constant noise in the city, and I've gotten used to just having noise around. I actually really don't like quiet spaces. My wife thinks it's crazy. I'll go into the kitchen to cook dinner and I will turn Netflix on, and it won't necessarily mean that I'm watching Netflix. It's just noise. And when I'm in the kitchen where it's normally quiet, that noise just, I don't know, maybe it comforts me. It allows me to do what I need to do. So sometimes being out of the office allows for me to have that change of scenery where I can be a little bit more creative. I can think out of the box. I can be in a place that offers a different kind of distraction. Like right now I'm heading to Chick-fil-A. I love going to Chick-fil-A because it's a great atmosphere. It's, if you've been to Chick-fil-A, you have free Wi-Fi. They have good music playing in the background, and usually the place is busy with, at least in the daytimes, with young moms and their kids, or business people coming in to have meetings. It's not a crazy place to be. It's kind of a nice place to be, and that kind of restaurant noise is a soothing noise for me, so it works. It might be that you like to go to Starbucks. Starbucks tend to be a little quieter, and I've been in those places where I've gotten work done. It just depends on the mood and the location. And so the third benefit for me is it's a change of scenery, and it's a different type of distraction that just allows me to think differently and get things done. There are other reasons I do it. I don't want to list every reason why I go to a different place to study, but those are just probably the top 3 things, and they're super helpful. And I feel good. I feel like I've accomplished stuff. So here's what I want to ask you. First is, do you have the freedom to go and visit a Starbucks or a Chick-fil-A or a McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts? Do you have that freedom to go someplace outside the office to get work done? Maybe it's even at home. Maybe you have that freedom to work from home a couple days a week. What does that look like for you? If you have that freedom, how do you use it? What helps does it offer to you to have that space and that time outside of the office? Second question is, what are your favorite places? Where do you like to go when you do get out of the office, and why? Is it the quietness of a Starbucks? Is it the aroma of coffee? Is it the kind of hustle and bustle of a Chick-fil-A that kind of sets you in a place where you can get work done? Where do you go, and why do you go there? And then third, if you were to share with a younger youth worker the benefits of going outside the office to work, what benefits would you share? How would you encourage them to make that a practice in their ministry? Maybe not something they do every week, definitely not something you want to do every day. You'll raise too much suspicion. But that occasional, every couple weeks, getting out of the office, change of scenery, what would you pass on to somebody in encouraging them to use that time wisely? All right, guys, that's it for today. I am almost at my location. Going to pull into Chick-fil-A, get some breakfast, and get some studying done, and I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to hearing from you. So leave your comments below, tackle those questions, and love to hear just how you do out of office study time. As always, thank you so much for watching. Encouraging you to subscribe, become part of our little community here where we just talk about little things that are happening in youth ministry each day. Would appreciate that subscriber. We did pick up one subscriber, so to our newest subscriber, I want to say welcome. Glad you're here. Hope you're finding these videos to be encouraging and helpful, and of course, if they are, for all of you, give me a thumbs up. All right, guys, that'll about do it for me here today. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you tomorrow on Student Ministry Today.